Well, hello and how are you? Hey friends, it's Shen Show coming to you live. Well, not really live, but I am here in St. Charles, Missouri. That's right. And today is Friday. TGFI. Thank God it's Friday. All right, June the 12th, 2020. Got a happy birthday shout out going out to Keith Benganip and Brandon Rhodes. Brandon Rhodes and Keith Van Gennep. And here we go. Without further ado, here's a birthday song for the two of you. Hey, Keith, Brandon. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I'ma say. I know you're 1 more year older today, so happy birthday to you, I say. Hey, Keith. Hey, Brandon. I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I'ma say. You're 1 more year older today, so happy birthday to you, I say. Ba-da-da-da-da, cha-cha-cha, and many more. Sha-da-da-da. I've got a special belated anniversary. Congratulations going out to Craig and Denise Wyatt. Yep, Craig and Denise Wyatt have been married for a little while now. And well, they're my friends and they associate with the program by watching it. They don't like it, but they watch it just to tolerate me. And I appreciate that there. I surely do. So, without further ado, here is an anniversary song for you. Ha ha. I heard it's your anniversary. The bells rang years ago for her and me. No, it's not my anniversary. It's your anniversary. Well, I guess that song won't work, so I guess you get by without it. Lucky you. All right. Then I got some Facebook pokes. That's right. Karen Sanders and Amanda Sue Little and Dana Jennings. Yes, that's right. Dana Jennings chimed in with a Facebook poke. Thank you so very much. Hey, and y'all remember, I'm looking for somebody to move in the house with me. I do need someone ASAP. ASAP. I don't want a sap. I want a person. So if anybody knows anybody or what have you, I'm looking for somebody to move in. Because, well, I really need a new roommate. I really do. Um, Phone number to call is 636-345-1025. Or go to my Facebook and like my Facebook page. And or go to my email. Drop me off an email at shenandoahbriscoe@gmail.com. Or look up the ads in Craigslist. They're in there too. So, either way, boy, do you see that face of mine? Look at my face. It's kind of a bronzish color. And if you revert back to yesterday's post, you will see that it was a bright red color. Well, all in one day. Told you it would turn over and turn away. That's the way I am with my tanning. I go from bright red to now. I'm not going to tell you it's not hurting still. It's still every time I twinge my head, every little wrinkle in there hurts like crazy. But that doesn't mean that it didn't change colors. All right. Anyway, how about today's weather forecast brought to you by Wallace Resale? Wallace Resale is a Facebook page which has got different items bought on pallets and sold at a reduced price just for you. So go ahead on to Wallace Resale's Facebook page and take a peruse around the page. Find their numbers that you would like for your item number. Put it over there in the messenger, and Rick or Dawn will get back to you just as soon as they can. Tonight's weather forecast, some clouds, a stray shower here and there, or a thunderstorm is quite possible. Lows are near 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are northeast or north to northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly sunny skies. Slight chances of rain. Highs around 89 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies overnight. with lows near 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be east to northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Sunday, June the 14th, partly cloudy skies, a stray shower or thunderstorm is quite possible. Highs around 84 degrees Fahrenheit, winds east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies with lows around 63 degrees Fahrenheit and winds east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then Monday, June the 15th, intervals of clouds and sunshine. Stray showers throughout the day. Thunderstorms are possible. Highs around 85 degrees Fahrenheit and winds are southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy, lows around 64 overnight, with winds that are light and variable east to southeast at about 5 miles per hour. And then mainly sunny skies for Tuesday, June the 16th. Highs around 89 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are south to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. A mostly clear sky overnight with lows near 65 degrees Fahrenheit and winds south to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then mainly sunny skies for Wednesday, June the 17th. Highs around 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies overnight, 69 degrees for the low. Winds are going to be south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And so there you have it, your 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. That being said, I did get a song request by someone who doesn't want me to sing. And so, without further ado, I'm going to sing that song for you. Tequila. Tequila. The song Tequila. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 boom. Ding, 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 ding. Ba-dum, doo-doo-doo-doo, ding. Ding, ding. Ba-dum-da-dum, dum. Ding, ding, ding. Ba-dum, ding, ding, ding. Tequila. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding. Do 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 do. Tequila. Tequila. All right, there you go. There is your song request. So you didn't get to hear a anniversary song. You got to hear Tequila instead. All right, then. There you go. And then we did mention song lyrics, Flying Purple People Eater. Uh, Song lyrics, Flying Purple People Eater. There, that's better. Well, I saw the thing coming out of the sky. It had a one big horn and a one big eye. I commenced to shaking and I said, ooh, ee, it looks like a purple people eater to me. Well, there was a one-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. A one-eyed? Well, he came down to the earth and he lit in a tree. I said, Mr. Purple People Eater, don't eat me. I heard him say in a voice so gruff, I wouldn't eat you 'cause you're too tough. Well, there was a one-eyed, one-horned, blind purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horned, blind purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. A one horn? I said, Mr. Purple People Eater. Oh, what's your bag? He said, eating purple people eat. And, hmm, he said, eating purple people eating. And it sure is fine, but that's not the reason that I come to land. I want to get a job in a rock and roll band. Oh, well, I bless my soul, rock and roll, flying purple people eater. Pigeon toed, undergrowth, flying purple people eater. We wear short, short, flying the purple people eater. Oh, what a sight to see. Oh, and then he swung from the tree and he lit on the ground. He started rocking and a rolling with a really cool sound. It was a crazy ditty with a swinging tune. A sheep pop a bang and a lady pop boom. Oh, well, there was a one-eyed, one-horn, five purple people eater, one-eyed, one-horn, five purple people eater, one-eyed, one-horn, five purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. Oh, well, I bless my soul, a rock and roll, purple flying, purple people eater, pigeon-toed, undergrown, five purple people eater. I like short shorts, flying purple people eater. What a sight to see. Purple people? Oh, well, he went on his way, and what do you know? I saw him that night on a TV show. He was a blowing it out of the horn on his head. He was really knocking them dead, playing the music from the horn on his head. Tequila. There you go. There's your two tequila songs, Greg. Craig, you wanted it. You got it. Children's stories. Where are we going to go from here with the children's stories? Shen Show stuff, the government stuff. Are they going to show me some government books to read for kids, youngsters? Aesop's Sables, Aesop's Stables, Alice and Alice Adventures in Wonderland, Aesop's Fables, and of Green Gables Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. That's a good book one of these days. Maybe. The Ballad of the Lost Hare. Well, that one, we'll try that. We'll try this one, The Ballad of the Lost Hare. That's what happens when you have a head full of hair and then you comb it too many times and then all of a sudden you lose it. Adventures. And here we go. Doink. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Grassling in a field, eating all the green grass. Such a tender yield, drowning for the days. When, hello, hello, that would be me speaking to you. Yes, 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 Cat. Okay, well, hey, that was not going to happen. I can't read it because, well, the writing is bad. I hope that didn't shut me out. No, okay. Okay, time's still rolling. All right, yeah, I can't read this one, so we're not going to read it. I don't know what it was. The Ballad of the Lobster. Ballad of the Lost Hare. That was what happens when your hair falls out of your head. And of Green Gables. Baseball's ABCs. The ABCs of baseball. Cinderella, Cinderella. The Princess of the Cinderella, the circus procession. Ba-doop-ba-doop. There was Dumpty Humpty. I remember Dumpty Humpty. We read Dumpty Humpty the other day. How about Dracula? Dracula. No. Ooh, in King Arthur's court. Fairy tales of the Brothers Grimm. You know, the fairy tales of the Brothers Grimm. Now that's some scary stuff. I don't need a list of illustrations. A long, long time ago, there was a bird named Bingo. A long, long time ago, there was a king who had a lovely pleasure garden around his palace, and in it stood a tree which bore golden apples. When the apples were nearly ripe, they were counted, but the very next morning one was missing. This was reported to the king, and he under a watch to ordered a watch to be set every night under the tree. The king had 3 sons, and he sent the eldest one to the garden at nightfall. But by midnight he was overcome with sleep, and in the morning another apple was missing. On the following night the second son had to keep watch, but he feared fared no better. When the clock struck 12, he too was fast asleep, and in the morning another apple was gone. The time to watch now was the third son. He was quite ready. But the king had not much confidence in him, and thought he would accomplish even less than his brothers. At last, however, he gave his permission. So the youth lay down under the tree to watch, determined not to let sleep get the mystery over him. As the clock struck 12, there was a rustling in the air, and by the light of the moon he saw a bird whose shining feathers were of pure gold. The bird settled in the tree, and was just plucking an apple when the young prince shot an arrow at it. The bird flew away, but the arrow hit its plumage, and one of the golden feathers fell to the ground. The prince picked it up, and in the morning took it to the king, and told him all that he had seen in the night. The king assembled his council, and everybody declared that a feather like that was worth more than the whole kingdom. If the feather is worth so much, said the king, one will not satisfy me. I must and will have the whole bird. The eldest, relying on his cleverness, set out in search of the bird, and thought that he would be sure to find it soon. When he had gone some distance, he saw a fox sitting by the edge of the woods. He raised his gun and aimed at it. The fox cried out, "Do not shoot me, and I will give you some good advice. You are going to look for the golden bird. You will come to a village at nightfall, where you will find 2 inns opposite each other. One of them will be brightly lighted, and the other will be noisy and revelry going, and revelry will be going on inside it. Be sure, do not choose that one, but go into the other, even if you don't like the look of it so well." "How can a stupid animal like that give me good advice?" thought the king's son, and he pulled the trigger, but missed. The fox, who turned tail and made off into the woods. Thereupon the prince continued his journey, and at night, dancing were, and at nightfall reached the village with the two inns. Singing and dancing were going on in the one inn, and the other had a poverty-stricken and decayed appearance. So he went into the noisy one, and lived there in a rotting and rivalry, forgetting the bird, his father, and all his good counsel. Mm. When some time had passed, and the eldest son did not return back home, the second prepared to start on the quest of Golden Bird. He met the fox and the oldest son had done, and it gave him the same good advice, on which he took just as little heed. He came to the two inns and saw his brother standing at the window of the one, whence sounds of rivalry proceeded. He could not withstand his brother's calling, so he went in and gave himself up to a life of pleasure. Again some time passed, and the king's youngest son wanted to go out to try his luck, but his father would not let him go. It is useless, he said. He will be even less able to find the golden bird than his brothers, and when any ill luck overtakes him, he will not be able to help himself. He has no backbone. But at last, because he gave him no pen, no peace, he let him go. The fox again sat at the edge of the road, in the edge of the woods, begged for his life, and gave its good advice. The prince was good-natured, and said, "Be calm, little fox. I will do thee no harm. You won't repent. You won't repent it. Oh, you won't repent it," answered the fox. "And so that you may get along faster, come and mount on my tail." No sooner had he seated himself than the fox began to run, and away they flew over stocks and stones at such a pace that his hair whistled in the wind. When they reached the village, the prince dismounted, and following the good advice of the fox, he went straight to the means inn without looking about him, and there he passed a peaceful night. In the morning, when he went out into the fields, there sat the fox, who said, "I will now tell you what you must do next. Walk straight, a regiment of soldiers. Walk with Walk straight on till you come to a castle, in front of which a whole regiment of soldiers is encamped. Don't be afraid of them. They will all be asleep and snoring. Walk through the midst of them straight into the castle, and through all the rooms, and at last you will reach an apartment where the golden bird will be hanging in a common wooden cage. A golden cage stands near it for a show, but beware. Whatever you do, you must not take the bird out of the wooden cage to put it into the other, or it will be the worse for you." After these words, the fox again stretched out his tail, and Prince took his seat on it and away they flew over stocks and stones till his hair whistled in the wind. When he arrived at the castle, he found everything just as the fox had said. The prince went to the room where the golden bird hung in the wooden cage, with a golden cage standing by, and the 3 golden apples were scattered about the room. He thought it would be a shame to leave the beautiful bird in the common old cage. So he opened the door, caught it, and put it into the golden cage. But as he did it, the bird uttered a piercing shriek. The soldiers woke up, rushed in, and carried him away to prison. The next morning he was taken before a judge, and as he confessed all, he was sentenced to death. The king, however, said that he would spare his life on one condition, and this was that he should bring him the golden horse, which runs faster than the wind. In addition, he should have the golden bird as a reward. So the prince set off with many sighs. He was very sad, for where was he to find the golden horse? Then suddenly he saw his old familiar friend, the fox, sitting on the road. "Now you see," said the fox, "all this has happened because you did not listen to me. All the same, keep up your spirits, and I will protect you and tell you how to find the golden horse. You must keep straight along the road, and you will come to a palace in the stables of which stands the golden horse. The grooms will be lying around the stables, but the horse, the grooms, oh, will be fast asleep and snoring, and you can safely lead the horse through them. Only one thing you must beware of. Put the old saddle on of wood and leather upon it, and not the golden one hanging near, or you will run it. You will rue it." Then the fox stretched out his tail, and the prince took his seat, and away they flew over stock and stones till the hair on his head whistled in the wind. Everything happened just as the fox had said. The prince came to the stable where the golden horse stood, but when he was about to put the old saddle on its back, he thought, such a beautiful animal will be disgraced if I don't put the golden saddle upon him as he deserves. Hardly had the golden saddle touched the horse than he began neighing loudly, and the groomsmen awoke, seizing the prince and they threw him into a dungeon. The next morning he was taken before the judge and condemned to death. But the king promised to spare his life and give him the golden horse as well if he could bring him the beautiful princess out of the golden palace. With a heavy heart the prince set out, and when he went to his delight, he soon met his faithful fox. "I ought to leave you to your fate," he said, but I will have pity on you, and once more help you out of your troubles. Your road leads straight to the Golden Palace. You will reach it in the evening, and at night, when everything is quiet, a beautiful princess will go to the bathroom to take a bath. As she goes along, spring forward and give her a kiss, and she will follow you. Lean, lead her away with you. Only on no account allow her to bid her parents goodbye, or it will go badly with you. Again the fox stretched out his tail, and the prince seated himself upon it, and off they went over stock and stone, till the hare whistled in the wind. When he got to the palace, it was just as the fox had said. He waited till midnight, and when the whole palace was wrapped in sleep, and the maiden went to take a bath, he sprang forward and gave her a kiss. She said she was quite willing to go with him, but she implored him to let her say good-bye to her parents. At first he refused, but as she cried and fell at his feet, at last he gave her leave. Hardly, hardly had the maiden stepped up to her father's bed when he and everyone else in the palace woke up. The prince was seized and thrown into the dungeon. Oh my gosh, this book just keeps going and going. Guess what? We're going to read some more tomorrow because we're going to back on out now. That's what we're going to do. Yes, sirree, Bob. Alrighty then. Looks like it's time for our portion of the program called Our Daily Bread. Our Daily Bread is brought to you by The Bible with Briscoe 2020. A daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today, if you are tuned in to the Bible with Briscoe, then we'll be reading Ezra 3 through 5 and John 20. Okay, today's devotion for our daily bread is Together We Win. Together We Win. Cool. I'm going to be reading Exodus 17, 8 through 13 out of the Bible for you. And here we go. The Amaleks came and attacked the Israelites at Rephidim. Moses said to Joshua, "Choose some of our men and go out to fight Amaleks tomorrow. I will stand up on top of the hill with the staff of God in my hands." So Joshua fought the Amaleks as Moses had ordered, and Moses, Aaron, and Hur went to the top of the hill. As long as Moses held his hands up, the Israelites were winning. But whenever he lowered his hands, the Amaleks were winning. When Moses' hands grew tired, they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat on it. Aaron and Hur held his hands up, one on one side and one on the other side, so that his hands remained steady till sunset. So Joshua overcame the Amalekites army with the sword. Had they not all three worked together, why, they wouldn't have been able to accomplish the battle. Together we win. And there you have it. There's the end of the daily bread portion of the program, brought to you by the Bible with Briscoe 2020. Alrighty then, hey, that does it for the Shen Show. I'm going to jump on off of here. And so as always, we got a good song for you at the end, which goes, well, goodbye, my friends, it's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends, it's time to go. Whoa, I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends, goodbye. This here has been Senator Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show, and as always, God loves you and so do I. So Be blessed and come back and see me tomorrow because, well, I'll be here and I hope that you are too.